Hi guys, my name is Cynthia and today we are going to be starting tomato seedlings and uppotting my artichokes and onions. Now, I know that it kind of seems a little early or it might be too early. I'm not sure. It just feels like my onions and my artichokes need more room right now and I want to give them that. I want my garden to be very successful. So I cleaned a bunch of pots you can see there that I'll be planting those up in. And yeah, and then I'll go through what tomatoes I'm starting. I know a lot of my videos right now are like starting, but that's because, you know, we just literally got rid of some of our snows. So not very much I can do outside. Although I think this week I am going to go out there and start pruning on my blackberries because I want to get rid of them. Or not pruning, getting rid of blackberries. Okay, let's put this on. Anyway, how are you guys? I'm feeling pretty good about what my seedlings look like. I'm also feeling good about just like a lot of things right now. Let me change this. There we go. I have a bunch of things. I have like my plant tone, my biotone, because I'm, potting these guys up, so I want them to just have the best chance at life right now. What am I doing? Do you guys ever feel like you don't know what you're doing? That's what it feels like. So I'm sure that my artichokes can probably sit here a little bit longer. The problem is that the roots are coming out the bottom and I feel like they are starting to encroach on my alliums and I need my alliums to work, or to start getting bigger. Alrighty, so my onions are looking really good. The only thing is that the roots are coming like out of the bottom extremely bad and I want them to expand, get bigger, all the things. Let me move that. I'm really impressed with how my seedlings are doing and it could only be the soil that I'm using this year. So let's just say I'm very happy with it. I wasn't going to start my tomatoes until like next week, but then I watched and my gardener and he was like, start them now because they take forever. Not forever, but they're going to take some time to germinate and so on. And I was like, oh, you are right, sir. You are right. I don't need that much. Why did I do that? Do you ever like, why did I do that? The thing is, I don't want to put plant tone. Actually, that's fine because I am going to start seedlings. So I'm going to just put the biotone in there for now. And then when it comes to planting them up, I'll just sprinkle the plant tone in it individually. I just love this Fox Farms. It's so beautiful. I'm sure that I can probably sieve it, because there are some little bits here and there that are probably too big, but I have not had any problems with any of my seedlings germinating. The only seedling that is actually giving me some issue are my jalapenos, but I don't know what to do about that. And I think that maybe I overwatered them, but the rest of the peppers are fine, so I'm not sure if that's the case. This is probably going to be a longer video, only because there's just so much that I have to do. I have so many things to start. I need to start my flowers and stuff. I did start a few flowers. I started my comfrena. I started, what else did I start? Some more verbena. Oh, that's good. That's perfect. Okay. Let me move this. I'm going to start with my onions. I'm going to put them in the big ones. I just cleaned these with a little bit of soapy water and like hot water. Soapy hot water. All right. Put that there for now. I mean, they're just doing great. And like I said, the roots are pretty crazy. And I just want to make sure I give them the chance of survival. And I just picked a pot that was just the same depth. I don't know if that, yeah, it just is what it is. Just needed some like more width. And I'm going to put them all in there. they're okay with kind of growing that tightly. Onions are pretty good about that kind of stuff. I just wanted to make sure that, I don't know, I didn't want to keep stunting their growth. Oh wow, look at that. Hold on. Come on, gentle. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Amazing. It looks wonderful. It's a little bit dry, but that looks great. So before I throw them in there, let me get the other one out. They probably could have stayed in there a little bit longer, but not much longer. I mean, you can see, I mean, they have roots all the way around. They need more space for sure. Just a few more inches of soil. Hey, where'd my, oh, there it is. There we go. Some plant tone. Now that they're this big, I kind of just, you just want to make them happy. And this is just going to make them a little bit more happier, hopefully, right? I hope I don't, well, onions are very strong. I'm not too concerned about hurting the onions. They have very strong roots and they're very wiry, so I'm not too concerned. And because I bottom water, they're going to find their way down. Oopsie. There we go. Perfect. Just want to be a little more gentle than I'm being. There we go. Oh, I just broke a little onion. Oh, it has a root. I'll just shove it back in there. So these are the yellow sweet Spanish ones. There we go. And of course, I will be putting a little bit of vermiculite in here too, to make sure that, you know, fungus gnats. I found 2 fungus gnats the other day. I killed them both. So I also am propagating a ground covering called Pachysandra, and I believe that's where they came from. So, because everything else, like I've been bottom watering, but that I can't bottom water. Oopsie. Get back in the soil. Don't want to mess with these onions too much. Perfect. Hopefully they will take, they'll be fine. Probably a little crazy of me to do this right now, but I just want to give them the best chance. And I don't think staying in the container, as you saw, they were just really tight, was doing them any good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Put a little bit more soil there. I think they'll be fine. I hope I didn't screw them up. They're onions, they'll be great. They'll perk right up in no time. Perfect. Next, actually, let's, I'm also gonna clean out my, oh, I got these from Amazon, if anyone's wondering. Super affordable. Let me just put this up here for now. All right, next. These next ones are the bunching onions. So, I did not realize how dry these seedlings were. Not good. I was afraid to overwater these because they say like onions, you know, root rot. But these seem to be extremely dry. Not good. Oh, plant tone. A little bit of plant tone. Oh, let me show you the roots on these. These probably could have stayed a little bit longer, but c'est la vie. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. I'm going to do one at a time because I felt like when I did both of them, they got a little bit messy. Now I'll just have to be kind of careful with root rot because now these are much bigger containers, but that's okay. Uh-oh, I probably shouldn't do that. I just messed them all up. They look crazy now. Alrighty. We'll just toss that guy in there and hope for the best. Here we go. Perfect. This is fine. Next year, I think I'm just going to start them in giant containers like this. I should have done that. I did that last year and it worked fine. And I think it's because I got like seedling trays, like cute little seedling trays, that I was like, oh, I want to use them. And that's why I did it. But I will not make that same mistake next year. I will be planting them just in something like this right away. Okay, next set, I'm going to do the candy. I don't want to mess these up, so I'm going to be extra, extra gentle. I don't want to mess any of them up, really. Oh, these are snug. Wow. Yeah, it was time. Look at that. It was time. There's nothing, and they're so dry. Oh, no, they're so dry. Okay. They are so flippin' dry. That's not good. Plant tone. Just gonna be gentle. I'm not even gonna tap these down anymore. I should have just done that from the beginning. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. What have you guys started so far? I'm really excited because now this just means like that we're just getting closer and closer to just being able to go outside. I'm a little bit nervous because I set up a lot of things I wanted to get done this year, and I think it might be overkill, but who knows? Who knows, right? Because you can only like look at your garden so much and water your garden so much that I'm gonna need things to do. So maybe all of the things I have set up is going to be just fine. I have a little pocket here that I don't want, but I'm having a hard time shoving soil down there. I'll use the tag because the soil is moist. It's just not falling through the way I would like it to. Oh, I'm just so happy. A bunch of things came in, and I'm sure you probably saw that video already of my beautiful arbors that I got, arches. I did not know that Burpees sold arches at all. They're called the Ola, O-L-L-A arches. They're beautiful. I'm really excited to try them out. I think that's fine. Just want to make sure that it's in there good. You don't want to have any air pockets. That's the thing. Otherwise, your seedling may not make it. Or your plants may not make it. Okay, that's good. I think it's better than it was, so that's fine. And then, of course, I will vermiculite everything at the end. Candy. Here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. Come on. Nice and easy. Look at that. Wild. That is crazy. I knew something was going on because they look good, but they weren't growing anymore. And I was like, why are you not growing anymore? Well, they're stunted. That is nuts. Oh, I'm going to have to do... No, I don't. I know what an artichoke looks like. So I was going to say I'm going to have to do another tag, but I know what an artichoke looks like. Especially if I just have two. Alrighty. I'm kind of surprised at how dry my seedlings were, considering that they didn't feel dry. I don't know. But I think this is just going to do them a little, just so much better. They're going to be so happy in here. Oh my God, how beautiful is that? Oh my God, I have a great feeling about my artichokes this year. I think they're going to bloom for me. I think they're going to be gorgeous. I'm going to eat some and have some of them bloom. Well, that's my dream, so we'll see. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. How pretty. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I'm a happy, happy girl. We'll put the artichoke on that. There we go. Oops, too much. There we go. This size is perfect, and I think it's going to live in here until I can take it out, which is great. I have so many pots. Well, I bought a bunch of these clear ones a few years ago from Amazon, and but they were for like my house plants, and I was giving away a bunch of house plants, and so I wanted to, pot them up in these really nice pots, and that's why I have so many of these. But I have a bunch of like plastic ones that I saved from the nursery and stuff like that, that for this very purpose, but just for pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're going to be happy. Alrighty, I am going to plant up these. These are my shallots, creme brulee on this side, and these are the sweet white on this side. And then once I'm done with these, we'll be back and I will talk tomatoes. Alrighty, so we're back and I'm going to let you know all the seeds that I'll be starting. So I started these last year. These are the Tyron. I got these from Johnny Seeds. They were actually really good and they are determinate. So that just means that they have a certain size that they're going to grow to. The next seed is a San Marzano. I believe this is an indeterminate. I grew these last year also. New to me this year is the Paul Robeson. I'm really excited to see, how these do. And also the Patio Choice, which is great. I'm like really excited about this particular tomato. Next, I have two tomatillos. I have the purple tomatillo and the green tomatillo, and I grew these last year also. Only going to do one cell per tomato. Obviously, I'm going to, plant 2 seeds in each cell just to make sure that it comes out. But what I don't want to do is have so many tomatoes and feel like I cannot get rid of them. Right now, all of my peppers have sprouted, and I have like 4 of some peppers, and I'm like, how am I gonna decide? Even though I don't have the space for all of the peppers. And I'm even thinking about planting them closer than I normally would have. So the first one is a San Marzano. Like I said, this is indeterminate, and it says to plant 1/4 of an inch down. I do heavy vermiculite, so I'm not going to plant as deep. I never really do. The snow is finally melting, and I'm really looking forward to working outside tomorrow morning. I'm getting up nice and early, and I am going to tackle that blackberry section. I just need them gone already. I don't like what it looks like over there. It's just a mess, and you can't even get to the blackberries because they weren't pruned. They were here when we moved in, and the first year I didn't know what to do with them. And I'm going to do Tyron. Tyron is determinate. I didn't know what to do with them. And so once I did a little research, I was like, okay, next year I'll make it work. It'll be wonderful. Well, then I did, and it was kind of difficult, actually. they have all these thorns and they're not pleasant to deal with. And I do not recommend thorny blackberries. They're delicious and I love blackberries. And I think maybe I will grow blackberries, but maybe I'll do them in like one of my, what is that called? Barrels instead, and put it closer to my garden so that, it's just easier. Alrighty, so these are the Paul Robeson. So I was watching Am I Gardener, and he basically said, you want to start them now because they're going to take, a week to, emerge. And then, yeah, he basically gave all these wonderful reasons. And I said, say less. Like, yes, sir. So I find his videos so informative, right? So if you're looking for someone who knows what they're talking about, I find that anytime I ever like listen to him, it works out for me. So, okay. I'm actually going to, because I left my alliums in one of the cells. Oh, he also mentioned not to use humidity domes. And he made me feel really good about it because, like, these don't come with humidity domes. And I was just feeling a little bit like, oh man, I wish I had a humidity domes. Patio choice is what I'm doing next. But he mentioned, like, humidity domes, he doesn't, like, agree with them because they could lead to, like, fungus and root rot and, like, just, like, a bunch of things that he was mentioning. And it just made me feel pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I love humidity domes. And I will probably still use them, but I felt pretty good about not doing that, not needing them. And he was just basically saying, like, if you don't check on your seeds oh my God, you guys, I did it again. There's a different pack in these. Oh my God. There's like a pack within a pack, you know what I mean? Oh, yay. Oh, can't take me nowhere. Okay. And then because I have the other two cells, I think I'm going to do two of the same here and then two of the same over there instead of, doing two more labels. Could you imagine if all my tomatoes populate? Which I think it's going to happen. Oh no, I took too many out. I think it's actually going to happen. I have had extreme luck with my seedlings. They look incredible. They look really strong this year. And that, I'm telling you, I think it's my soil. It's got to be. Something is different this year. And it's not my space. I've had the space. And it's not my lights because I've had these lights. Oh gosh, I don't want to drop any of these seeds. Oh my gosh, I got them all in. Okay. And I think I'll do the purple tomatillos in this one and then the green in the other. I really am considering how I'm going to, I normally do square foot gardening because it works for me and it's been like, it's just like a no-brainer. You don't really have to think about spacing. And so I really like that idea of the square foot gardening, but because I want to make sure that I am able to grow all of my peppers and everything else, I'm considering, putting them a little bit closer than you really should. I've heard a lot of things, right? A lot of people are like, no, you need to give them, the feet that they need and everything else. And then other people say, like, you want them to hold hands so that they kind of hold themselves up and then you don't have to stake them or anything. So I don't know. It's really going to determine how everything else turns out. And I might even, buy more barrels. Alrighty, let me get the other container and I will put in my green tomatillos. So I left my ornamental alliums over on this side because there's so few and I didn't see any roots protruding off out of the bottom. So I just figured, let me just give them the space that they need because they were really being crowded by the artichoke leaves. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's make a little hole for them and put them in. I am going to be organizing my shelves down here and making more room. A lot of the plants I put outside over the summer, I'm probably going to not. Just going to toss them on. I'm doing 2 per cell, and then I also have to thin out my, oh no, too many. I have to thin out my, not onions, peppers, because they are, oh, 2 got stuck in my glove is wet, and I don't want to put them back in here. Make sure those are covered a little bit. I'm going to give my peppers a few days before I decide which seedling will live. There we go. I'm really going to try not to use like cling wrap. I'm kind of nervous about that. I'm not going to lie. I've always relied on a humidity dome. And I mean, I'm looking at my seedlings like every day, so maybe I don't need a humidity dome, and maybe it's just, you know. Look at that. Beautiful. There we go. Nice and neat. There we go. Oh, I love. I'm going to spray them down just a little bit. Just to hold down that vermiculite and to ensure that the seedlings have some water. Take a look at that. My peppers are doing wonderfully. So this one has 3. I'm going to have to come in here and choose the strongest pepper to survive. And I'm a little bit upset and nervous about that. I feel like just pulling them apart and just having them all, but that's silly. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to give it like 2 more days so that I can see which one is the best one. Alrighty guys, I think that is it for today's projects. I have to start my ranunculus corms. I also got caladiums, which I have to start. There's just so much to do. It's like crazy, right? Because you get so excited to start this process and then it comes and you're like, can I even get it all done, right? Anyway, I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you so much for spending time with me. And remember, if you didn't get it done today, there is always tomorrow. Thank you for watching.